Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Alan Wake's American Nightmare, which is certainly an interesting thing. It's a lot different than what I was expecting. Alright, like I was saying last time, we could probably be super aggressive with our weaponry here because there's ammo all over the place. I'm really bummed out about the fact that I didn't get so many pages in the first thing because it booted us out of the first map with absolutely no warning. Like, if I had known that touching the keys in that hotel room was gonna take us out of there, I definitely would have not done it until we had picked up all those other pages that we saw.
Found it.
Excellent. I'll operate the platform directly below the telescope so you can install the array. Don't worry, it's very easy.
Oh. Yes, I'm sure it's very easy. Definitely a thing Alan Wake is capable of. She really doesn't want to come out of that room, huh? Wow, that was easy.
Brilliant, you got it. I'll just run a quick diagnostic on it. Yes, it's in perfect order. All right, we're good to go. Let's take a look at the skies.
I should probably be over here for this? Oh, maybe it doesn't matter where I am.
Oh, bugger, we're overheating. I have to shut this down. There's a problem with the automated coolant system. Somebody just interrupted the flow.
So now what?
Well, you could go and open the secondary coolant flow valves manually. I know it's dangerous there, but, well,
I got it.
please come talk to me if you have questions.
No, listen, I'll figure it out. I'm definitely qualified for this kind of work. Do we have any idea what Alan's actual education is? He probably went to astronomer school, right?
Just remember, you need to release all three valves.
Well, hold
It
on.
doesn't
One's right
matter
here.
what
Let's do
order
this
you
one
do it
first.
in.
May as well hit this one first. We're full on everything. What am I doing? I don't need to run over and grab ammo. I'm doing my best to keep an eye on the minimap for more pages to grab and stuff, and I think we were relatively thorough in this area. This is the one that opens with 40 pages? Yeah, a combat shotgun. Sounds pretty alright. I'm guessing the valve that we're moving toward now, the western valve, is probably down in that little lot. Little fenced-in area near where we came in, right? Oh, maybe not. Actually, did we come over here before? I think I saw this area and turned around to make sure we weren't missing anything on the other side. Ah, I was trying to dodge. I knew it was behind us. I could hear it. Ooh, check that out. And then, flares. This rifle is pretty good. Even if I am maybe not a perfect shot with it. It is wild that those guys take 3 hits, though. Part of it is just, you know, the game works very differently than the previous game. The combat balance is super different. But also part of it is that we're playing on a higher difficulty here. I have no idea how tough the enemies are in regular Alan Wake on Nightmare. Okay, that's a weird thing. I was just gonna take a look back here to see if there's any cool stuff. Boy, that, it's following us for sure. And I guess I haven't tried focusing the light on it. Oh, okay, it's just poltergeist energy. It's got that big poltergeist energy. Well, I don't think it's actually posing that much of a threat to us then. It'll grab some stuff, we'll do the thing we do. Okay, it seems maybe to have banished it entirely. And then the other valve is all the way at that parking lot where we encountered the spiders. I do occasionally have to stop sprinting for a minute. I wonder if there are any, like, documentaries or anything out there. I would love to hear the team who designed this talk about why they made the changes that they made from base Alan Wake. If it really was an attempt to communicate certain things about the story, or if it was like they had a lot of negative feedback about some of the aspects of Alan Wake and they wanted to change those things, or that would be really interesting. I see you. Ooh, wow, that guy is, apparently, he doesn't always shake the entire world when he is prepping his charge. I figured we'd be safe from the charge for a little while because, you know, he gives off that warning. Oops, dodged away early. It's alright, everything worked out. Alright, and now we just wait for it to do that again. Or, actually, I seem to have... No, it's still around. Okay. So I probably should just be more aggressive with the flares. We should use a flare pretty much any time we have enemies trying to attack us from multiple sides, because we get flares constantly. There's no reason to be so cautious with them. It is a little bit of a shame that Alan doesn't seem to be able to throw the flares. You can hold it in your hand as long as you hold down the button, and then when you release the button, he just drops it on the ground wherever you are. But it would be kind of neat if you could direct them. Try to keep that guy way back over there. Yeah, with the much longer focus times necessary to clear the darkness off people, we're definitely going to want to do more of that, like swapping targets back and forth just to repeatedly stagger. Can I get into this back area? No. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything back there anyway. Just a place for enemies to spawn. So you can go through, oh. I was gonna say, you can go through your ammo pretty quickly. Ah, didn't quite have enough time. So knowing the locations of the ammo packages is going to matter a lot. Hey, could you maybe let me in? You should just prop the door open. I mean, I know Taken, security, etc., but let's be honest. The Taken aren't after her.
Just bear with me a moment. Yes, I believe you've got it sorted. It's working again. Nicely done. That sounds like trouble. I don't think they're happy with our success.
I mean, really, it's your fault for building this room in such a combat arena type shape. You know what? I'm just going to flare him again. We are definitely allowed to be more aggressive with our resources. I might be being too aggressive with them now. Oh man, Alan pulls out and drops the flares so much faster in this game. It's actually really remarkable. No battery in flashlight. Ooh, check that out. I'm actually in a lot of danger here, though. Okay, one more time. We have flashbangs still. I'm noticing on our map that the ammo indicator is back on that thing. I'm wondering if I can run back up to that crate. We are running a little bit low on stuff here. Alright, you stay right there. We're testing something. Can I run back to an ammo crate mid-combat, or do I need to wait for the encounter to... No, it looks like it actually did refill. Okay, cool. Good information.
Right. That was intense. I'm sighted in now. I still have no idea what
Also,
I'm
I guess the
looking at.
environmental lights killed that guy?
Very strange.
Oh, it's just...
Very strange indeed. Oh, where are my manners? Please, come on up. I'm sorry, I was distracted.
I was figuring we had to kill everybody there, but maybe it was more of a survive for X seconds until the room lights come back on kind of situation.
Are we receiving the signal now?
Oh yes, it's coming in loud and clear. It's amazing. I'm not sure what it is yet, let alone where it's coming from, but it's interacting with our system somehow, like it was intended for us. But I don't understand how that could be.
Maybe that's just how the story goes.
What?
Never mind. Is there a way I can hear it? Or however this is supposed to work?
I think the signal is incomplete somehow, but you should be getting a printout of it now.
What do you mean it's incomplete?
It's almost as if we're only getting a fragment of it.
I need...
That's what incomplete means.
This is important.
I'm sure it is, but this is all we're getting.
Did the man who looks like me get the whole thing?
He locked me out of the booth, so I have no way of knowing. But I can tell you that he didn't really seem to understand it.
So... what's in the sky?
It doesn't make any sense. The stars are just... they're wrong. I thought I'd be able to see something, but it's like I'm looking at a sky that's just... it's not the right sky. But that's impossible.
I consider myself a rational man, Doctor. But this isn't a thing you can measure or explain. I've seen impossible things that have taught me just to roll with some punches. It's either that, or go insane.
I find it disturbing that you sound like you're speaking from ample experience.
I might suggest that there's not a huge difference between that and go insane. But alright, let's just forge onward here. Where actually is that print? Where's your printer? There we are.
A printout of a signal. It too is a weapon created by the Champion of Light. In its words, stirs a new reality. But it is incomplete, and yet it provides a roadmap for the man to follow. A course that will lead him to a place where he may confront his enemy.
Okay, so it's gonna do this. It's gonna do this scene transition without it being super clear that that's what was about to happen a lot, I guess. Night Springs Drive-In Theater. That's a relatively menacing location.
Drive-in. Once the site of lurid celluloid fantasies, it's now the site of an art exhibition. And yet, it's the search for closure rather than culture that brings the Champion of Light here.
Ham, a documentary. I can't imagine a person wanting to watch such a thing. I mean, I guess there's like a lot of people who work in the meat industry, and presumably at least some of them are interested in the work they do. So maybe I'm being too dismissive.
Oh, it's you. That's fantastic.
Are you okay?
Go away.
She's giving off a lot of dark.
I want you, but you'll get
Whoa.
angry if you're here. So you gotta go. You know I'll do what you want.
Okay.
I love you so much. Did you know that love hurts? Are you gonna hurt me now? 'Cause you should.
Lady, you got darkness on the brain. I think I can help you if I can get the lights on in here.
You can't turn the power back on. It's not allowed. You said.
So, where shouldn't I go so I don't turn the power back on accidentally?
It's The big building.
I cannot believe she fell for that.
But it's locked.
Where's the key? Just so that I know to avoid it.
It's on the wall next to the cash register. But you can't. You can't. Don't be bad.
Hey, no problem. I'm just gonna go do some other stuff. Scout's honor.
She loves stuff. Also, the way she's standing, her wrists keep going through her torso there, which can't be comfortable.
Just try to stay calm. I've seen this kind of thing before. I think you're gonna be okay.
Why is it so hard to think?
You've been touched by darkness. I'm hoping it's not permanent.
Remember when you were here before and you kissed me? And then everything got all dark? That was the best.
You would think that would have some
This is very
effect.
important. Where did I go? Can you tell me that?
Baby, you don't need to go anywhere. You're here now, and you're in my head. You should be in me. You should touch me again.
All right, lady, calm down.
With a 10-foot pole, lady.
I'm gonna steal everything that's not nailed down in here, and then we're gonna see about getting your brain fixed.
Hey, just in case there's a part of you in there that's freaking out right now, it's not your fault. I promise I'll do what I can to help you, okay?
I don't... Please go away.
Don't sweat it. I'm just saying that in case you really need to hear it, I've been there.
I think there are spiders in my eyes. I think you put them in me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go now.
Usually, people are not happy to see someone who has put spiders in their eyes. She's having a real rough go of it. Also, it seems like... Did the mouse sensitivity reset? It feels so high all of a sudden. No, I'm gonna turn it down maybe like a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, that... Actually, I guess we don't really need to touch this right now. I may as well leave it for the moment.
And we're back with Old Gods of Asgard and their manager, Barry Wheeler. Guys, you're on your comeback tour, and you're playing a lot of your classic material, but you've also got a new single out, right? How'd that come about? Was it hard to go back into the studio after such a long time?
Are you kidding me? They were chomping at the bit. They were just itching to stretch those creative muscles. Now, it had been a while because, they spent a lot of time in,
Retirement. We were retired.
We were?
Yeah.
No. We were at the lodge, and we escaped.
We were at the retirement,
retirement thing.
Yeah.
So, really, once we got in the studio, things started happening. Now, the music has changed a little bit, and the boys were a little rusty, so it took us a while to find the right gear. But hey, once we got going, boy, they kicked ass. And it's an awesome song. It's called Balance Slays the Demon, and seriously, I think it's their finest work. And hey, I should know, I produced it.
Oh, really? I didn't know you were a producer.
Well, this was my first time. I mean, they needed a little bit of guidance, you know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong, these guys are the best. But it's the 21st century, man. Things just sound a little different these days. So, I kind of stepped in there, helped them make it sound all cool, kind of jazzed it up.
That sounds like a challenge.
Oh, no, it was really easy, man. I was just, hey, give it a little zing, Let's take it to another level so it really rips. Let's just throw some really sweet synths in. Like that, just kicked it up a notch, but it's totally Old Gods.
Well, listeners, you can judge for yourselves. Here's Old Gods of Asgard, and Balance Slays the Demon.
Oh, yeah.
Deep in the ocean of darkness.
So, page... So it's right here. Is just on the other side of this wall, maybe? I do like their music, but let's get out here and play the game, right?
People whose integrity has been suborned by the insidious touch of the darkness. He has experienced it himself, but merciful light burned away the darkness in his brain.
My writer's block got worse. I didn't sleep much anymore. My life with Alice seemed like a constant fight. I was a wreck. Alice took steps. She booked a vacation in Bright Falls, a small town in Washington. It was supposed to be a chance to break out of the cycle I was in. She didn't know about the darkness in Cauldron Lake.
That page sort of elides all of the Dr. Hartman stuff. It is arguable that he's really responsible for the whole thing. In some ways. Obviously, Alan also is responsible for the whole thing in lots of other ways, on account of spending his whole life being Alan Wake. Oh, okay.
Not good.
Still a little bit of time on this. Try to move around so that I can see these guys at the same time. They really don't want you to do that, though. Yeah, this rifle is pretty alright. Okay, weapon case. How many pages are you? 30 for the sawed-off shotgun. I could see a sawed-off shotgun being useful. You know what I really need, though, is... we're going to intentionally avoid the checkpoint for the moment. What I really need is a better flashlight. The gun part of this is not the problem at all. Once we get their darkness purged, all of the enemies are super fast and trivial to defeat. So I guess in that sense, maybe I don't need to stress too much about the weapon cases and stuff. Am I allowed to take that? Oh, hold on. I'm just gonna... Wow, he's just gonna stand right on the torch, huh? Okay, so one of these guys is purged already. Ah. No batteries in the light. I tried to flip over and blind him real fast, but yeah, the battery power drains really fast. Switch the rifle for a crossbow. That doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. Is that all that's over here? Just a weapon case and a weapon that I think must be worse than the weapon we're using? I mean, my guess is, video game rules, crossbow probably does a lot of single target damage, but again, it's just not really the problem.
The car seemed to sail through the crisp mountain air in slow motion, spinning around one axis almost lazily. The moment was hypnotic. Then it struck the pipeline in a shower of sparks, the impact turning the windshield into a burst of safety glass. As it hit the ground, I snapped out of my reverie. The car was rolling downhill, slowing down as every bump killed momentum but still coming. The fence wouldn't be enough to stop it.
Oh good, something to look forward to. Okay, so he just checkpointed us there.
Oh look! Mr. Hero's here! You ready to save the day?
Evil Alan Wake also loves a tantrum. Oh my god, it takes so long to... takes so long to pop the darkness off of people. Is there anybody else around? It looks like it's just the splitter guys now. Well, he does not want to split. I'm a little surprised that it's multiple hits to kill these little dudes. What am I doing? I remember the rules. Hey, you got shot. Alan, dodge. Man, he does not like to dodge while reloading, it feels like. This, honestly, is probably more of a, well, hold on. Let's take this first guy out with the rifle.
Oh look!
Can
Mr.
I...
Hero's here!
Yeah, we saw this. Nope.
Ready to save the
No
day?
skip, I guess. By the way, I did readjust the audio. Hopefully the voices should be louder without the gunshots being much louder. So let me know if that's working. Let's reload this so that it is reloaded when we take it back out for later. I guess maybe it would be smart to not even split the first guy all the way. This is my main concern with... Oof. Come on, Alan, shoot. Holding the trigger as much as I possibly can here. My main concern with not splitting him down all the way is bullets getting absorbed by guys who are... What happened to the other dude? Did he just despawn? Huh. Okay. Listen, I'm not complaining. Yeah, my main concern with not splitting them down into their into the 4 guys immediately is if you leave one of them at the mid state, then that guy can potentially absorb bullets for the other dudes without dying, which is a little annoying.
You are gonna shit yourself when you realize what I have done.
Shut up!
Solid comeback, Alan. Well, okay. And that guy on the ground got the gun, right? So I was kind of expecting that to go somewhere. I guess he's not in any kind of shape to aim and fire a pistol. May as well take this, I guess. Game seems to be pretty generous with the checkpointing. It feels like stuff is waiting to sneak up on us, was what I was about to say. I wonder if the weapon upgrades would feel like they're a bigger deal on the other difficulties because the enemies require less light time to become vulnerable or something. And there, again, we had a guy just despawn for no reason. That's strange. Is it the case that in each encounter you only have to eliminate a certain percentage of the enemies? We're not actually that far off of 20 pages. I mean, we're not close, but... Yeah, this game's doing a real good job of making me feel nervous. Even though it feels more actiony and thus I'm less scared of combat than I was in Alan Wake, it still makes me nervous. Oh, this is interesting. I guess I don't really know what I'm looking for, because there's not too many things that could be scattered around as collectibles. I suppose more flares and flashbangs is always good. I am absolutely hearing footprints that aren't mine, right? Pretty sure. I'm like 30% sure that's not just in my head. I'm not going to pick up that rifle ammo. I'd rather wait until I'm missing more. So right now it would only be 2 bullets. Trying to keep an eye on the minimap and what's happening on screen. The pages only being visible on the minimap like half of the time because the icon kind of flows in and out of existence is an interesting way of increasing the tension of looking up at the minimap. This is not a thing where you could just be walking around and flick your eyes up every so often. If you want to see pages, you have to spend a couple of seconds looking at the minimap to be absolutely certain that you didn't look up right as a page disappeared. Did you want to actually grab that, Alan? Or there we go. I was trying to do it without triggering the light, but I couldn't find a way.
Alice, my wife, the best thing that ever happened to me. She smiles and the darkness lifts. For her, I've tried things I otherwise never would. I've never really minded if it's made me feel like a fool. She's a photographer, and the world she sees through her lenses is unique and beautiful. She has the vision. She sees things others don't and knows how to make them visible to everybody. She did it with me, too. She teased out things I was only vaguely aware of. She always saw me in the best possible light.
No big surprises there, although again, a lot of on the nose language. I feel like when we talk about media, and in particular when we talk about writing, we always valorize subtlety, as though subtlety is always good and unsubtlety is always bad. But there's nothing wrong with being unsubtle. I talk about Alan Wake being unsubtle a lot, because it is. And I would argue that Control is also very unsubtle. And of course, Max Payne is unsubtle. Who is this door built for? Look at this. Look at the size of that. It's like a 12-foot tall door. And anyway, I guess it's a door that's built for like a forklift to be able to move through while holding a box up or something. I don't know. What I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with a hammer to the forebrain occasionally. Sometimes you need a hammer. And sometimes, even when you don't need a hammer's a lot of fun. For example, Mad Max Fury Road. Which it does have some subtler bits. But there's also a lot of stuff that is just like, here is the thing at maximum volume and there's fire shooting out of it. Someday, when I grow up, I want to be a doof warrior. That's all I'm saying. Give me all the things. Oh, that is one of the things. Give me that for sure. Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
I
what
should
did
be
I
able
find?
to figure this out.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, I should be able to figure this out. What am I doing? I want all the red lights there to be green, I bet. Right? We like green lights, generally. Nope, nothing changed at all. Okay, well. Turned green. 2 of them turned green for a second. Who's going to flip all of the switches? We're going to see what happens. Nothing. I can't even tell what... Okay, so every once in a while, the outer 2 flash green, so let's turn the middle one back off? Is that all it's telling me? Is it that simple? It is in fact that simple. Okay, so this ought to be like a pretty rough environment for these guys, right? Oh, geez. That's a cool moment. That's a very effective little thing. Oh, I was getting double value there for a minute. I'm gonna try to save that explosive. Now they definitely showed us 2 little guys and a big guy in the cinematic, right? So one assumes that I am not done here. Oh, that's okay. It's unpredictable. You gotta give them that. Guess this is not even a useful place to be. It's so weird that it shows you 3 enemies and then only makes you fight 2. Why would it be like that? And also, apparently these lights come back, I guess? I thought our experience was that once we stepped into one of the lights, it broke that one permanently. But we did set that one off while we were grabbing that page, didn't we? Maybe I don't need to be rationing our use of the Healy lights as much as I was thinking. Okay, well, it seems like everything is good now. I'm just going to go ahead and touch this one. Hoping we won't be coming back through here.
You have no idea how badly you're screwed. It's gonna be a blast to watch you find out.
A blast, he says.
Don't want to get hit by those.
Thank you, spooky ghost Alan. Stuff down here, too. Bad shooting. Very bad shooting. Grenades of pure darkness. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea. Nope, I dodged too early. Oh god. Wow, those have a pretty large explosive area. Okay, so they just, like, really want to make sure you don't miss this thing. They show you the flashing in a cinematic. They're like, notice this weapon case. And an assault rifle would be fine. It would be an okay thing to have. Again, the gun part of the game is pretty trivial. Show me a weapon case that has that heavy-duty lantern flashlight in it. That's what I'll be excited about. Really, just him? Doesn't feel like Alan Wake encounter design. Okay, it's 2 of them. May as well swap over now. I'm surprised they're comfortable getting that close to the big projector light. Oh look, home movies. Is the ammo crate on the outside of the building? I don't think we actually interacted with this one before. Yes, it is. Okay. Is the page in the car? Where's this? Yeah, here we go.
It's been 2 years since I came here. Being that long without Alice breaks my heart. And I know it broke hers. I know she thinks I'm dead. How could I blame her for that? It would be a crime to pretend that she owes me anything. She took all the stupid, self-indulgent bullshit I brought into her life and still stood by me. Still loved me. It's no betrayal. But I'm a better person now than I used to be. I want to be that person with her.
Okay, that's good information. Although who knows if 2 years Dark Place time equals 2 years real world time. And really, Alan probably wouldn't have any idea, right, what the real world time was, because he has not been in the real world in a bit. Hey, that's conspicuous as hell. Let's go check out the conspicuous thing. Keep my eyes glued to the minimap the entire way. Is it really just going to be ammo? Why would there be a place that's way out of the way that just has bullets in it when you go back to full ammo all the time? Like in a lot of game designs, out-of-the-way ammo for cool weapons totally makes sense. This is a little baffling. Also, there's really just like a lot of design-wise dead space out here. maybe we'll end up doing combat over there later, and the ammo will make more sense in that context. Okay, haven't earned the right to go in here yet. This whole game definitely feels strange. I don't know, there's something about like the size of Alan and stuff. Hostiles. Cars. There's something about it feels like an arcade game in a way that I'm having a hard time putting into words. Get the light on more than one of them at once here. And also, always keep them all on screen. Or in front of you. Okay. Wow, that was a real bad dodge. Oh wait, that's not... Several of them have already been cleansed, but they're throwing such a large number of enemies at me here that it's very difficult to keep track of who's who. And again, yeah, maybe it's just like enemies completely despawn if they move more than a certain distance away from their spawn point or something? Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I think it really is something about the character models that's getting me, that's giving me this feeling. I wonder if it's like there's a combination of a largeness and a smoothness. I don't know. I'm back. Hello. Where is the thing to lights the thing? What do you call it? A switch. Where's the light switch? Oh, right there.
No, don't. Oh, it's not. It's you. Did you help me?
Looks like you're feeling better now.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I don't know what happened. There was this guy.
Before you say anything, I know I look like him, but I'm not.
Don't worry. You just don't feel anything like he does. He was in my head. I feel like I need to take 50 showers.
And maybe a little trepanning
that
first.
Asshole wanted to get into the projector booth. He was talking about fixing things so the sun never comes up. God, it didn't seem that weird when he was saying it. It sounded really good at the time.
You weren't yourself. The projector booth. That sounds about right. I need to get in there.
I have the access code for the door. Here.
Thanks.
I'm just glad you showed up
Okay.
now. He said he'd be back after he'd arranged for some security.
They should have put, like, literally anything in her hand, right? Anything would have been better than it just being empty.
Do you feel up to telling me what's going on here?
We have an art exhibition here, supposed to open tomorrow. I'm the curator. My name's Serena Valdivia.
Alan Wake.
Holy shit, it is you. I've seen you on the big screen. I know your wife.
You know Alice? Wait. Big screen.
Yeah, we have a film from her here. What the hell happened to you?
Getting back to Alice.
Oh, God, yeah, sorry. It's quite a coincidence that you're here. She made this short film. She shot it years ago. You're in it. It's a part of the exhibition.
I'm in a film?
Yeah, it's like... it's just footage she shot of you at some point, but she turned it into this thing. It's, almost like a memorial of sorts, because, you're supposed to be dead. Or something.
Uh-huh. How's Alice? Is she alright?
She's okay, I guess, all things considered. I know her pretty well. You're really Alan? I can't believe you're here. Nobody knows what happened to you. But there are people who say they've seen you.
That wasn't me. He just looks the same. Like,
Yeah, but that guy's a lot more slimy. The thought of him makes me... I hate him, but there's something about him, this... God, he's so creepy. Anyway, you're not like him. At all. I hope you can stop him.
So Alan totally believes that we are in the real world now, then. That's interesting. It really seems to me like we're definitely not. But the real world of Alan Wake is a stranger place than the real world of our real world, so maybe he's right. Let's see, we ran out to the souvenir shop already. Yes, I don't think there's a lot of space over here that we haven't at least run past enough to have some idea if there's a page there. Oh, that's not good.
That's the security system? I guess it was too much to hope for an alarm and a fat rent-a-car.
Destroyed the dark fountains. Okay, so focusing the light on those things does in fact cause an effect. Come on, come on, come on. It's weird that there's a long animation for putting the light on, or for putting batteries back in the flashlight, but the flashlight becomes active again at the beginning of that animation rather than at the end. Why not? Okay, there it goes. I just wasn't close enough, I guess. So it says dark fountains, plural. Looks like there's another one out here over by that ammo that we found earlier, maybe? Oh, weird. It's weird that there was an indicator, an objective indicator for it when it had not yet spawned. So I wonder if I could avoid fighting these guys by just burning the fountain down quickly enough. Also, I am now noticing Alan Wake turns his head toward enemies that are close to you, even if they are off-screen. That is a very handy indicator. It's tricky to get the light to affect more than one guy at a time. You can't shine it directly through them, but it's definitely really useful because combat time is so dominated by lighting people up. If I could get that to work more reliably, I think it would be a huge boon. Okay, that does not actually seem to have solved the problem. I had assumed that the third star on our minimap was this place. Clearly that is not the case. Important not to miss. Well, important is strong, because again, the part where you're actually shooting your gun is so trivial. That SMG does feel pretty good, though. I keep hearing the sounds coming off of that building and thinking that we're about to be attacked.
The Champion of Light can feel the fragment of the signal in his pocket, the weapon that can change what will be. It's incomplete, but it's all he has.
Oh hey, an arcade machine. A conspicuously highlighted arcade machine. It was late at night, the summer was almost over. That's not really... I mean, I feel like I don't have the ability to affect those things. Death Rally. Oh yeah, let's play Death Rally. Screw saving the world or my wife or whatever. And I can't interact with that anymore. Okay. Yeah, we must still be in the dark place, right? Nobody knows about Tom the Poet. Unless that's a poster for a movie that was made. Ah, I can, in fact. Change a representation of the time, at least. 11:52 a.m., that's not going to do. Yeah, okay. That's night. It's almost the end of the summer, so there was a calendar there we could change the date on, but I'm looking around. Hold on. Mostly I was curious if there were any flashbangs in here. Okay, calendar. The end of the summer? No, wait, not the time. There we go. Okay. Ah, this calendar. Ignore the small calendar on the wall that says calendar. Nope, not May. There we go. That'll work. And now scribble on the end of the manuscript. Alan was playing a totally sick game of Death Rally where he was beating all the high scores.
You've been up to something, haven't you? Too bad it's not gonna do any good. I'm a better you than you ever will be, and I've got all the time in the world. Everything you've got's going to be mine. Your life. Your wife! What are you gonna do about it? The sun's never coming up now. I can keep this up forever.
Show yourself! Whatever you say, buddy.
But, like, that doesn't make sense as a plan. That's not gonna work. He can't just slip into Alan's old life. Everybody's gonna notice that he's 100% different. What's the long term?
Time itself twists and tears, sweeping the champion of light back with its dark currents. Again, he enters the world, but now he sees the trap for what it is. A maze that loops back into itself.
Oh.
I'm here again. He sent me back.
Okay, flare gun. Flare gun is handy. This is okay. This is how we get back in other areas and do things like bring 40 pages to that weapon case in the second area, despite the fact that there had not yet been 40 pages.
In Bright Falls, I was constantly under attack by birds that were more shadow than flesh and feathers. But this is an evolution. Some of the Taken were actually capable of turning into a flock of birds to escape my attacks and turning back into human form to make surprise attacks.
Well, I don't like that at all. Also, that's not the first time it's happened there, but it is, it's a little weird as a native English speaker to hear a person write a short passage like that, where, like in that case, the use of the word attacks twice there. I don't know what that is, and I don't speak any other languages well enough to speak to whether this is a thing in other languages, but usually in English, we don't like to use the same word multiple times to refer to different things in a short period of time like that. Like, it would sound way more natural to me if one of those times he had used the word assaults instead of attacks. I wonder if there's a name for the thing I'm talking about here. Yeah, this sucks. This sucks and I don't like it. They don't seem to have a lot of darkness. Can I just shoot them immediately? Yeah, it seems like we can shoot them pretty much right away. Is this better or worse? Ah! That animation's real cool, though. I actually really like that. Can't tell if I'm damaging him. Yes. Yes, I am. I don't know if this is better or worse than the birds as they used to be. Maybe I'm down. I can't... Yeah, tough to tell. Feedback's not 100% clear. It's a cool enemy, though. Yes, we are damaging them right away as soon as they land without the need to flash them. Also, I saw a glimmer of a page over here somewhere.
I'm trapped in the darkness. He has started appearing to me. Mr. He can travel back into the world effortlessly, and he loves to rub my face in it. At first, he was just an echo in the darkness, a flicker beyond the edge of my vision. Now he started showing himself, getting bolder all the time, telling me what a great time he's having in the world while I'm stuck here, and what he plans to do, especially to Alice. All the moves I have left are dangerous and desperate. I have no choice. I have to hunt him.
So see, this manuscript page, in this one, it's clear that Alan believes that he's still in the dark place, which is obviously correct. But why then would he have asked the lady in the last area how Alice was? Because if she's dark place, then she doesn't have any idea, and also she's fictional, and like almost necessarily can't have any real information, right? I guess maybe it's just reflexive. He asks because he feels like he should ask, not because it's like going to yield information. I kind of want to get the dude to land near the barrel, so I'm going to try looking away from the barrel. Ah, you fool! A brilliant plan, brilliantly executed. Humans do a lot of talking without thinking, is all I'm saying. Last night I was trying to play a game with a friend of mine, an online game, and we were having some Discord problems. He couldn't hear me and my other friend speaking in the channel, and he said, okay, hold on, I'm going to restart my computer and see if that fixes this. And everybody in the channel went, okay, simultaneously, even though we all knew the problem we were having is that he couldn't hear us.
I don't make friends easily. I know plenty of people, but I don't let most of them close. I've known Barry Wheeler ever since we were little boys. We had the time of our lives. I'd get us in trouble, and he'd talk us out of it. Things haven't changed that much now that we're grown-ups. He's the most loyal and dependable person I've ever met, and all the things that count anyway. You could call him a weasel, and you wouldn't be entirely wrong. You could call him a clown, and I would reluctantly agree. But he has never let me down.
Reluctantly agree. You know that Alan Wake has called Barry Wheeler a clown on many occasions. Okay, so we've been to the diner. I'm just trying to think of like places where we could go where there might be pages that we didn't pick up before. It's not clear to me. So there's no icon in the bottom left indicating that we have the motel room keys, but I'm wondering if we'll be able to get into that motel room because we had the keys at one point in the past. Okay, let's try getting into this room. No, okay, so we have to get the keys again. I wonder if it's just going to be a loop of the exact same events. Also, I wonder, does anything happen if I open this? Like, will this refill my SMG? It does refill your ammo. Okay, so that could be useful some of the time.
Emma? You here?
Okay, this is different at least.
Wow, it is you. I guess all of it really happened.
You remember me?
Kind of. I felt weird all day, like I could almost remember a dream I had, and then, just before sunset, I remembered the page.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go get those things again.
Not all of them. I went out and got them. Well, most of them. I felt stupid at first, but then it was getting dark, and those things started showing up, and one of them made off with the battery. It ran into the railroad tunnel. There was no way I was gonna follow him in there. Sorry.
It's good you didn't. You should be careful. I mean, really careful.
Yeah, I kinda remember something. Something bad happened to me, didn't it?
Forget it. It doesn't have to happen again, okay? Just do what I say.
Yeah, okay. God, this is too weird. Am I going crazy here? Just go get that battery.
Yeah, okay, this is weird. This is a different thing than I thought we were going to be doing.
Try to stay calm. You're perfectly sane. We're caught in a time loop. That's why this is happening again.
I believe you. God, I feel like I might just lose it any second now. How come you're not freaking out over this?
Because on my personal weird shit-o-meter, this just doesn't rate.
Look, I know something happened to me before
You're gonna be okay, if you just keep cool, okay?
The phrase weird shit-o-meter is from is it Men in Black where that is said? I've definitely heard that somewhere else.
Thanks for getting this stuff for me. It's a big help.
I hope so. Are you gonna make everything blow up at the oil field again?
I have to.
Well, whatever the hell else you might be, at least you're not boring.
Yeah, okay, I'd say that that's probably true. People who live with Alan Wake in their lives definitely have some experiences with him where they are not bored. By the way, I watched Men in Black not that long ago after not having seen it, not having seen it since it was basically like a new movie, and it's actually really good. I was surprised at how good I thought it was. If you haven't seen it in a long time, it's worth your time. Wait, there's a page. Yeah. Was this here before? I wonder if some of these are not around on your first pass through.
Night Springs doesn't exist. It's a fictional town from the TV show I used to work on. It was Any Place USA, a place we used as a backdrop for whatever strange story we had that week. One of the stories I wrote for the show involved a man, the champion of light, fighting his evil double, the Herald of Darkness. It was something I'd written back in the real world, something I had a link to, a framework I could build on. I had adapted it into a new story. This story.
Wait a minute. Okay, so if that's really real, some people in the comments of the previous episode said that Alan Wake did in fact write on Night Springs. Barry got him the job. It is a thing they talked about in the first game. If this is a real, true, real-world thing, why did this not come up more during the previous story, right? Shouldn't Alan have thought, hey, I wrote a story about a guy called the Champion of Light fighting darkness. I know the Mr. Scratch thing hadn't happened yet, so he didn't have that to link to it, but still, that's significant. That's a thing that leaps right out at me. Let's see, this is the sign that fell on us earlier. Through the thing, there we go. Well, when we get back to the observatory, we're going to have plenty of pages to unlock the cases there.
Now Night Springs is in Arizona, although not for long. It's in Arizona because whatever the town that has become Night Springs is really called is located near one of the thin, worn places in the world where dreams and reality flow together and life is always a little strange. Perfect analogy for Night Springs. I can't return to the real world. I've tried, but I'm operating on dream logic, forcing the door open a crack so I can slip through. I can enter the strange little town of Night Springs. All I did was put it in Arizona for one night.
But like being able to navigate it, being able to manipulate it into a place where it's close to something in the real world is significant, right? We've created ourselves a door. I think there's a decent chance that this game ends with Alan Wake finally making it out of the dark place and back to the real world, which means that none of the plot threads that were opened in the ending of Alan Wake will be resolved, but we're like in more of a place for them to begin to be resolved. I want to come over here and hit this TV and see if it shows us the same clip as before, and then we might call it there for the day.
So this chick just came up to me.
Oh, this is new.
I know. They all say that, right? And she's giving me the eye. So I make a couple of moves. We have a couple of drinks. And then things start happening. But I say I have to go to the bathroom first. Uh-oh, right? She's got no idea. Watch this. This is gonna be priceless.
That's nice.
I thought you'd like that. Are you tense? You feel a little tense.
Maybe a little. I had a crappy day.
Yeah?
Don't worry, it's improving real fast.
Yeah.
These are so weird.
It's just getting good.
Watch this. Did you see that? Oh man, did you see her? Boom!
I'm kind of curious how long it's gonna just... Okay. What a weird... Like, what is the deal with him being in the corner of the same room as her? You would think she would have heard that, right? Is all I'm saying. What a fucking weird thing. Alright, let's, we'll push on here until I notice that we checkpoint. Which is not always the same thing as us hitting a checkpoint. I mean, there's a thing right there. Let's go walk into the light and cleanse some of that whatever we just saw off of ourselves. Alright, I think that is a pretty good place to stop for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I wonder if this game is actually just the same 3 environments over and over again. Because it doesn't feel like... I don't know. This is very different from what I thought it was going to be. Come back next time tomorrow as we continue to explore the loop. And we'll see you then.